girl, and I want y'all to just notice something. There's women, all eating there. Women, all eating there. Women. And let's not forget right there too, because they're everywhere. Oh my God. I don't normally go out, but when I do, I go out with my girls, and I am seeing something, a trend. Girls are all going out with their girlfriends. There's not like one date.
Back in the days, most of the time, you would wait for someone to make the first move. It might be on the first date, it might be the third date, whatever. It could be the man, it could be the woman. But now, all my friends have noticed that the man has stopped making the first move. All my girlfriends are like, they're waiting. It's the third date, fourth date, a week later. He hasn't gone in for the kiss. He doesn't do any touching or anything. And I've asked my dude friends that are single, and they are like, you don't know where a woman's going to go with that story anymore. I ain't touching nobody.
There is a study by Morgan Stanley Financial. They did you can go find it too. It's online. It's called The Rise of the She Economy. In that sort of research, they postulate that by 2030, women between the ages of 25 and 44, something like 52%. I hope I'm getting my numbers right. Something like 45 to 52%.
It's over half.
Yeah, over half.
It is going to be over half
of women of marriageable age will be single for the rest of their lives. They will not reproduce unless they get unless they get artificial insemination, but they will be unmarried and childless during those ages by 2030, which is like a very, very steep incline. In fact, they are so certain of this that they did this research on Morgan Stanley so their investors would know what to invest in the coming decade.
Hey, I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm checking out social trends, and we're coming into a serious problem that would affect all future generations, dating in today's society. This so far has got to be the worst time to try to date someone unless you're a man that's over 6 feet tall, making 6 figures, and have 6 packs. And these are men that's getting the majority of women pregnant. They all sharing the same man. The delusion and unrealistic values of the modern women are now being exposed to where there are more and more channels talking about it. And I noticed that their views are rising at a very fast rate. Who's watching these videos? The men or the women? Possibly both. The crazy thing is that these women give endless content for these creators by posting their personal experience on platforms like TikTok. This is a good thing because now more and more women are now seeing what men has been putting up with for decades, and the women are now putting a mirror to other women's faces. Women constantly tell men to leave them alone, call them creeps, threaten them, and the men listen. Now they are not being approached by men at all, and they are panicking. Men are now going overseas or just working on themselves, and they are happy about it. In this study by Morgan Stanley, it is projected that half the women will be single and childless by 2030. Of course, when they say childless, they are obviously not talking about black women. This study was done so that investors would know what to invest in the future. Things like pet toys, cat and dog food, and things like that. I've been saying for years that the ones on top expects a lot of changes by 2030. So this would not surprise me that this is all by design. The breaking of the nucleus family equals no unity among humans. So let's get into it. I have to warn you, this is going to be triggering for some.
And I don't know if y'all saw, I forget the name of the church. It was like Union City or something church in Maryland, in that area. And they had a singles conference. And it was like the line of single people was like wrapped around the block. Like, it was like, you would have thought Beyonce was in there. Like, it was jam-packed. So I'm like, all these single people looking for love, looking for relation. Something is going wrong. Something is going on. It can't be all of these single people and they're just, all of these single people, it can't be something wrong with them individually. Like, there is just something going on in culture. There's something going on in society where people are just, I don't know, not genuine. People don't desire long-term relationships, marriages. It's like a single epidemic. It's a single pandemic. There's something going on. And I really hope that we get to the bottom of it soon. Because it feels good to be like, wow, okay, it's not just me. It's a lot of other people who are single, who are Christian, who value relationship, who still want, the fairy tale ending, quote unquote. And then the other part of me is like, damn. If there's 200 single women at the conference and I'm 201, like, am I ever going to get a man if the line in front of me has 200 other people also waiting for a man? Woo! Wait!
When
went to a singles mixer, and only women showed up.
Guys have made it in, and they got to just pick wherever they wanted to sit and who they wanted to start dating, and I'm alone. So many girls. Well, I know we're all like... So the guys paid to be here. That's what's weird, and there's a lot more girls than guys, so that's weird. And it's not a situation of like where you date everyone and you just say yes or no or something, and then at the end, if you both said yes to each other, you hang out later. You ask to match right away, and you like give the person like your QR code, and then you just like basically ask to match with them. Like the girl, they were saying like, ladies, you should initiate. Like, guys love when you initiate. I'm sorry, what?
Hello, we are about to attend a speed dating event in Los Angeles. They signed me up for it. We're gonna go. We're feeling a little, how can you say it? Excited. Really? Here we go.
Plot twist, no men showed up because they're trash in LA, and literally all of these hot girls. So I'm dating a girl. Bye.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm a director, producer, and just overall bad bitch, you know? Yeah.
Period. Update, we just left.
The bitches came through. It was just bitches. Bitches everywhere.
But we love the bitches.
All
And
of
honestly,
our friends were there. Yeah. And that's what we love about LA, is that you know all your friends.
And it was a networking event and a friendship event. And now I have 800 new besties. So that's all.
That's it.
Bye.
800 new besties. It appears that women go to speed dating events to meet other women, then call it networking. But we all know how women really feel about other women.
So I'm making this video because I'm one of them girls that had a large dinner and none of her friends showed up. I can't believe I'm one of them. I had to hurry up and come to the bathroom and like cry really quick. And my mom like rushed and came to the bathroom because she knows her daughter. She knows when I'm upset, and I just start bawling, crying. And you know she's pissed. Like, F them, they're not your friends, whatever. But it's just like, I know I needed this because it's like I show up for people, go out my way so much, and God, I did ask God for a sign, and this was it. This sign was it. I'm not gonna let this ruin my birthday, but now I just know how to move with people, and I am done. Like, I'm done. There's no way I should be going to my 30th birthday with nobody showing up, and it's no big excuse for why people are not showing up for me. But y'all basically telling me what I'm telling me, and I thank you. But happy birthday to me.
Okay, so this is something that I honestly been pondering on actually for a few years now. I remember what the Bible said about women and you know, like the evil spirit, what the Bible says about the Jezebel spirit, and, you know, things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do. The paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years, looking a kid in the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation. How good men get stoned out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I think women are just pure evil.
What?
Like, I really think women are just pure evil. Women are naturally evil beings, I believe. And only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it. Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, I want that type of way about me. So, about people, period, but especially women. So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. And so I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the that, are usually the worst, because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it. And so I really just think most women are naturally evil. period. I just think they're evil. And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like, you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the daggers. You just feel that demonic spirit. Women are evil. I don't care what nobody say. Women are untrustworthy, deceitful, demonic beings. I said what I said.
What scares me the most about women is you guys are like performers. You guys will pretend to be cool with somebody, all while collecting all the information about them, and then the one time they don't serve you or they don't do something for you, you throw that shit in their face. I don't think some women know how to be true friends, and some of you females are fucking weird. And I do have female friends that I love to death, so I don't even want to hear, you don't have friends, you don't have friends. I'm saying this because I've met so many women that will like, oh my god, bestie Tay, like you're so cool, this and that, and then say I'm depressed. I told you guys I have bad depression. I isolate bad, you guys. Like today I slept all day long and barely got up at 6, barely having my first meal. And I've even met women that will get mad at me for not hanging out, not want to do certain things, then they'll throw all this shit in my face. And you consider yourself a friend? Why do you only care about your mental health, but when somebody can't show up for you, you get pissed? It's called life and things happen. Some of you guys don't have friends because you guys are fucking bitches. Clock it.
I just want to point out to you snaggletooth some bitches who decided that in the comments of one of my videos where I was praising my husband for being a good man, where you guys were like, you're obsessed with him. You should really figure out how to not be around him like that because it's good to be independent. Fuck you. You bitches don't even have a man. So if I want to be a husband's girl, because that's what I am, I'm all about my man, my man, my man. Do you understand? Then I'm going to do that. If I decide to get up on here and praise him because he decided to take care of me the way that God sees fit, then I will. And you sorry, miserable bitches can suck my ass cheeks from left to right and then in a fucking circle. And then after, matter of fact, you can kiss my ass 2 ways to Sunday and twice on a motherfucking Monday. All right? Because at the end of the day, I don't understand for the life of me what type of miserable bitch you have to be to decide to go to somebody's video where they are happily married to a person who loves them and then spew such hatred and vitriol. It makes 0% of fuck all sense to me. So I'm going to go back in and kiss up and love up on my husband because I have a man. Half a day.
A lot of y'all women are going to be single because of your friends, not these men. Let's watch.
Girlhood is going to the same bar that your friend is having a date on to go spy. Just because, why not? Why not? It's Friday night. We ain't got shit to do.
I wonder why y'all ain't got nothing to do on a Friday night. Probably because there's no men that want to deal with your nasty attitudes and your crazy thinking. And I'm all for knowing where my friends are when they're single and mingling. But watch what they did with the Addy.
Hell yeah.
Now, for more context, those two friends walked up not one, not two, but 3 flights of stairs to find their friend on a date and decided to send her a drink from the bar so that it would cause some ruckus in their date. And you can see that the friend is clearly surprised, but she took the drink. Uh-huh.
So y'all, I didn't know that the girls was there until like after the drink landed at the table. So eventually we left. He was like, it was that dude that was at the bar. Like he did not know. He did not know. He just on their toes.
So it's all fun and games until you look up and 40 done hit you. 40 and now your options for available men who want to marry you have started to disappear. It's all fun and games until them girlfriends that thought that ruining your date was funny, they are now on actual dates. They're finding their husbands. They've decided to settle down and stop playing, and you still out there single, struggling to meet a good man.
%60 of men from 18 to 29, it's not even like they want to date anymore. They're single and they're not looking. So we're dealing with a very small pool of men, which means we need to be wise. But I'm sorry, but I don't think any of y'all know how men work. Because the way that I'm hearing you guys talk, it's like 2 different worlds. From our perspective, it makes a lot of sense. But we have Brian here, we have the cameraman. Men operate on a completely different spectrum when it comes to relationships.
Look at this.
My husband works 2 jobs.
2.
He works
64 hours a week.
Continue.
Has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us.
You want
like
him.
Me, Sophie, and him.
Right.
But he wants to stay home
Okay,
and spend time with us.
Okay.
But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
You're being unreasonable and being a bad wife. You're both. If I'm working 64 hours a week and you're a stay-at-home mom that watches way too much TV, which I'm assuming because you posted this, you watch too much TV, God forbid a girl has a hobby that doesn't require spending money, hashtag stay-at-home mom, you posted this. I'd be damned if you're going to tell me what the hell I'm doing on my off day. Or you even have the audacity to be upset with me because I don't want to go outside. I have literally been out the house all week working. I would love to be inside of the house that I'm paying for. You're 100% being unreasonable. And if you don't like it, get a damn job. Tell him quit his second job and either have somebody you trust watch your kids at home or put your child in a daycare with cameras. What you just said got the women in the comments bashing you. When you got that happening on the internet, you know you're wrong. You know you done said some dumb shit. How inconsiderate of you. Mans is literally working his life away to provide for you two. And you're mad because he wants to spend his one off day indoors, the one day that he can be indoors with y'all.
There's just something about men sleeping in that I can't stand. As a man, why are you still asleep? I could be outside mowing the lawn. So I just cannot, I don't know. Wake up. Why are you all dainty still laying in bed? Why are you still sleeping? Get up. Go clock in. Okay, go build a house. Go clean the grill. I don't know. Find something to do. Wake up.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Hey, wait a minute, what the hell?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Stupid son of a... I can't stand a dumb motherfucker, man.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
There's just something about men sleeping in that I can't stand.
Can you imagine if a man made this video?
As a man, why are you still asleep?
I can't stand when women sleep in.
You should be outside mowing the lawn. So I just cannot, I don't know. Wake up. Why are you all dainty still laying in bed? Why are you still sleeping? Get up. Go clock in. Okay, go build a house.
Get up. Go make me a fucking sandwich. Go clean the kitchen.
Go clean the grill. I don't know. Find something to do. Wake up.
Can you imagine the utter chaos that video would make? Women don't want equality. They truly don't. My husband wakes up very early, puts in many hours of work. If he wants to fucking sleep in, I encourage it. There are days where he comes home from work and it is 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and he immediately falls asleep on the couch because he's exhausted. If he wants to sleep in, please do so.
I got a quick question for you, Ari. What is one thing you just don't stand about men?
I hate when they're insecure and they don't go to the gym.
Okay.
You serious?
Most women are not prepared to sit with this reality that the modern feminist movement has gaslit a lot of them into feeling as though they have more power, more influence than they actually do in most situations. A lot of women really struggle to kind of sit with the truth, the objective truth of the situation. And men know this. Men know that women really struggle with knowing the truth. To tell women the truth is often to invite a lot of conflict, a lot of trouble, a lot of cognitive dissonance on her part, because the reality that a lot of women are taught from a very early age to dream up in our heads does not match with the actual reality that is. So that causes issues in their brain, and the response is like lashing out. And for this reason, it's easier for men to lie to women, to avoid conflict, to avoid confronting her with the truth, which is like a head-on collision for a lot of women who still live in a sort of la-la land kind of feel-good, comfortable reality. Whatever does not make me comfortable does not serve me, zen, sort of like BS reality, right? If she were to be confronted with the truth, it would cause this sort of reaction, visceral reaction. Women like comfort. Women like feeling like they're comfort. That's the key, is women like to feel as though they're comfortable. Do women really actually have a lot of power in most situations? Maybe, maybe not. But as long as they feel as though they do, it's enough. And this is where you get the whole, I'm a boss babe, I'm an alpha female, I'm empowered, I'm powerful, reaffirming to herself the reality that she's built inside of her head. But truly in reality, if these are things that you have to say, they're probably not true. The most powerful women in the world don't get up on any kind of soapbox talking about how empowered they are. They just kind of live it, right? It's every day for them.
I don't know why they're not going up to women. Like, what's holding them back from that?
Because of feminism and Me Too and all that shit.
So men looking for casual dates and our relationships is down 50%.
I asked a bunch of girls, when was the last time a man approached you at a bar and started talking to you?
Guys just don't approach anymore.
Can somebody explain to me why I don't get approached in public? Like, do I look mean or something? I don't know.
So I saw a study that almost half of men aged 18 to 25 have never approached a woman in person. And let me tell you, that was literally the most disheartening statistic as someone who's in that age group and who just deleted all her dating apps because she wants to meet someone in real life.
50% of men aged 18 to 24 have never approached a woman in person in their life. And even a higher percentage, 18 to 30, haven't approached a woman in the last year.
Study on date psychology recently revealed that 48% of men 26 to 40 years old have not approached women in the past year, and 60% of men aged 18 to 25 said they haven't. In the entire data set, 30% of men said they never approached a woman in person before. Ever.
They actually went into the reasoning behind these men not going and speaking to women. And I believe the list was scared of rejection, scared of like an HR response or being reported or Me Too'd in some way, shape, or form, not being successful, and just not feeling the need to walk up to women anymore was also one of the many answers that men gave on the list of reasons why they no longer approach women. So it's interesting out there.
In this niche of content creator, there's phrases you would keep hearing like men sacrifice their happiness for marriage and women sacrifice their marriage for happiness. And the other one, men save money being single and women save money being in relationships. But men already knew this. This isn't nothing new. Men know once they're in a relationship, he's now living for two people. Dates, dinner, trips, bills, kids. Today's modern woman wants the man to spend sometimes an insane amount of money on the first date and possibly ghost the man after the date. Most women see it as, oh, he just spent that small amount on me, he can afford it, when most of the time these women would not spend on themselves. But this is the problem. If a man go on 3 dates at $200 a pop and neither of the women reciprocates, it's no wonder men would stop dating and save a ton of money. Here's another problem that the modern woman seems to be unaware of. Prostitution is on the rise and in almost all cases are much cheaper than going on a date with a stranger and come home empty-handed. Since the modern woman is making dates more and more transactional, men are now going where it's cheaper and actually get something for their money, then go back home to peace.
I'm gonna be honest, and this is for the women that complain about, oh, men don't approach me anymore, men don't want to go out anymore, the clubs are empty, the bars are empty. The truth is, men were never really interested in going out. And judging by, women saying that the bars are empty, still seems like that's the case. The only reason why we did that was to court women and to talk to women. But like with the modern women in 2025, it ain't worth going out no more. And I'm not saying like you can't go out, and chop it up with your boys once in a while. But in terms of going out to pursue women, like it's not worth it anymore. And if you think I'm lying, just take a look at your guy friends. I bet you their lives are mad simple and they could like go 6 months without even going to the club or to the bar or like to anywhere. They could just chill, hibernate in the crib and just chill. Because the reality is like a man doesn't really need much to survive.
I try to tell y'all, like work hard, delay gratification, and you'll be able to enjoy your money and your hard work later on. Some of this shit is not worth it. You want to party, you want to do all this dumb shit while you're young. Like I thought that shit was so cool for the longest time, but like it ain't cool to be broke, bro.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. Every time I look up, I see something about men ain't approaching no more, dating sucks and blah, blah, blah. And honestly, my wallet loves this shit. But I got more money than I never had, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Keep this shit rolling, my boy. And I'm at peace. But I got more money, my peace of mind back, do what the fuck I wanna do, when I wanna do it, whenever I want to. Shit. I ain't gonna lie. It's the life.
I feel like when you're in a relationship,
you're gonna be spending more just off the strength of you got to do stuff.
Little shit.
Like you got to go out, you got to go on dates, you got to take trips, you got to do this. So you're spending bread on that. And then, you know, women get bored with the same meals. And
right.
Even if you got a cooker, she be like, I don't feel like cooking tonight. Where we going? And so, you know, you got that to contend with. When I'm single, man, I'll be eating the same stuff.
Man, what?
I'm one of them. I live like an assassin.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
right.
I like that. That's my
avocado
bag.
toast, protein poppers, salad.
Back to back, couple days in a row.
Yeah, and I'm fine.
Damn.
And like, you know, I'm taking myself to the movies. That's one and done.
Right.
So you can save money on the single trip. And I don't go out.
Yeah.
I barely go on dates.
Damn.
So it's like my money just getting consolidated.
Can't you, man?
I agree.
Yo, I don't see the point of approaching women or bagging women. There's no point unless you know. The only way you get her is if you already know she's into you.
So what if you're out somewhere and you find an attractive woman, you're not going to go up to her?
There's no point.
Why?
Because they choose. There's absolutely no point of, what do you mean how?
But how do you know you're not chosen if you don't go up to her?
You don't have to go up to her. When a woman wants what she wants, she shows you that she wants it.
He is absolutely correct. I met a lot of women that way.
Okay, let's break down the saying. Men sacrifice their happiness for marriage. Women sacrifice their marriage for their happiness. Because sis said that doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does.
So let me break it down because this is something that men are saying. And so maybe if I say it, it will kind of resonate a little bit more. I'm not going to hold you. A lot of times women, we only think about us and what we give up and what we sacrifice. I mean, men do this too, but in marriage, a lot of times we don't always consider what the men give up.
I think that's true for the most part, but I do think there are a group of women out there who know, but it's just not important to them. I'm pretty sure if you ask them, they'll be like,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Now, this is going to sound crazy because our needs are different, but before y'all react, before y'all get triggered, before y'all just listen first and then comment. Then comment. When men get married, it is not a fairy tale for them. They're not looking forward to this extravagant wedding. They are not rushing to be with one woman. Now, hear me out. A good man, a man that's God-fearing, does not mind giving up that part of himself to be with one woman. Most men, though, it is not their dream and their fantasy to be with one person the way it is for us. We don't need a slew of men. We don't need a roster. We don't need a bunch of people to make us feel good.
I would have agreed with that 20, 30, 40 years ago, but this new batch of women, I'm not sure about that.
But men are way more sexual than we are. We are content with one person. Men have to fight against their flesh, fight against their natural desires to be with multiple women. So that is a sacrifice they give up for the woman that they love. And I know somebody's going to be like, but they cheat. I'm not talking about them. I'm just saying in general. Just listen, y'all. Stay here, ladies, because I know how y'all get. Just wait a minute. Also, when a man gets married, he is sacrificing not only protecting himself, but he has to now protect a family. If a cop, burglar, whatever comes to the door, like if anybody knocks at the door, my husband answers the door because he is the protector of this household. He does not expect me to get up in the middle of the night or get up when the doorbell rings to make sure that the household is protected. That is his job. So a man knows when I sign up to be a husband, I am now her protection and my children's protection. Men also know that their resources are no longer for them, they are for their family. However, good men do not mind because that's what makes them feel good as men. However, it is a huge investment in the man. They're investing their time, their loyalty, they're going against their nature to be with one woman, love one woman, take care of a family because they love, when they're loved properly, when they know that woman has their back and that she's loyal, they don't mind making that sacrifice. They don't mind denying the things that they want, the good ones. They don't mind denying the things that they want to make sure that their family is straight. That's why back in the day, granddaddy, even men today though, men will sacrifice, get up every single day and never complain about having to go to work, never complain about sitting in traffic, never complaining about your nasty pot roast, never complaining. They will just live their lives. They shut up. They do what they got to do to put their family on their back, to hold it down in any way they can. The good ones, not saying men are perfect. I'm just saying that's what they sacrifice.
And I know there are women out there who ignored all of that. And the only reason they're still watching the video is they're looking forward to hearing what the women sacrifice.
Women, we make sacrifices, right? We bear the children, we hold down the home, but it's equal exchange. The difference is men don't really complain about their sacrifices. And to the women who say that, well, I do everything, sis, that's the marriage you signed up for. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. Y'all got to work that out. So when men say women will sacrifice their marriage for their happiness, when women say, you know what? I've been with this man for 12 years. We have kids together. We built this home together. We have a life together. But right now, this marriage is not serving me, and I need to go outside this marriage. I need to break up my home. I need to break up my family to go be happy. Men don't understand that crap because that man ain't been happy for a while, but he sucked it up and kept doing what he needed to do for his family. And then you'll have other women go, yeah, girl, your happiness is over your children's happiness. Your happiness is over the heartbreak that's going to cause to your husband. Your happiness is over everything. You see how crazy that sounds? Very selfish.
Is it just me? Or even to this day in the big 2025, these still got this same lame script. They always got less than 5 bodies.
Stop the cap.
They've been celibate for the last 6 months.
Stop the cap.
Their ex is a toxic, controlling narcissist.
Stop the cap.
They're homebodies. They don't like to go out. They out every weekend because their homegirls drag them. And for some reason, even though they don't like going out, they're always half naked. Anybody notice that?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I'm gonna be honest. Why when women say I'm living my best life, they always go and do some hoe shit? Why's the best you could do is be a slut?
Real quick.
Before she starts, I want to say, look at the caption. The caption's insane.
Ladies in your early 20s, late 30s, and you have went to college and you like, I gotta be married by 30. Stop. Get off that clock. Take you some time, travel the world, sleep with every man that make your pussy purr. I mean, sleep with them. Sleep with them quick. Get that on out. Get it out you.
Oh, what? What the fuck is going on? Ask any man or woman that is older than you right now, how do they feel after sleeping with every man or woman? Ask them. They're empty. They're empty inside. They can't pair bond. They can't even find a partner to bond with. They're emotionally detached from the world. They're cooked. Ask any man or woman that has slept with a lot of people, they'll tell you. It's crazy that it's people that give advice like this, right? Like if you paid attention to the movie Sinners, if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. Who does she sound like? She sounds like the vampires at the door in the movie Sinners that just came out. She sounds like the vampires.
That's a horrible advice. Ladies, I'm telling you, the more men you sleep with and their psyche enters your body, you will not be able to settle for one man. You will always have the need to feel that dopamine rush you're used to getting from the excitement of multiple men that you can't get from just one man.
The men don't care about the big old lips.
Yes, they do.
And no, the women are doing that for themselves.
Yeah.
The men would rather a woman change her stinking attitude than put on all that makeup and hair and everything. That's what the men want. But the women will go out there like, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. If you look at a man and the man said, yeah, he's fat. If he's feeling bad about himself, he'll go and hit the gym. What's a woman going to do? Get a BBL, get her lips done, put on her makeup, put on her hair, and stay the big old fat person that she is and say, oh, it's body positivity. Women need to change their attitude before they change their makeup.
Men's out there. But then what it is now, it's the women. It ain't the men no more. The women going bad. The women's going bad. It ain't the men's now. It's the women done going bad.
You gonna flip the script on us?
Yeah, it's the women done going bad.
You a woman yourself.
I'm a woman myself, but I don't do half the things I see these women do now.
They don't care no more.
Because that's when the men don't respect them. That's why. Let me tell you something, Amber. You got to give a man respect to get respect. You know what I'm saying? You got to give your husband respect to get respect. Because if long as you respect him, ain't too much he gonna do wrong.
Obviously, I'm not saying that this pertains to all women. There are decent women out there that appreciates a man, and not surprisingly, they're already taken. And ladies, if you have a good man and you feel that you're not happy in that relationship, you better work on it and keep that good man, because as you've seen in this video, the dating pool sucks and there's nothing out there for you except pet adoption. In this society of feminism, Me Too movement, raunchy music, and constantly moving of the goalpost to avoid accountability, it makes it very difficult for a man to find a decent woman that's not after him for what he can provide, which is why men are now opting out of the dating pool. But women are strong and independent. They say they don't need a man until they do. But one thing you never hear a man say is that they don't need a woman. If you like this video, please hit that like button for me. Share it to those who needs to hear it so I won't be just talking to the same people. Everyone have a great day, and I'll talk to you real soon. Peace.